Hey, it's the Spark of Madness podcast.
Hello.
Yo, I'm Matt. That's Ben. And
awesome.
that's...
Give me a minute to say something.
Sorry. All right.
You just cut this off.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Let's do that again. I'm Matt, and that's Ben.
Oh.
That's Aaron. No.
You do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
so last week we did Us.
Yes, we did.
I think we're kicking off like a little streak of all the new movies coming
and
out.
now we're doing me.
Boo. Yeah, Dumbo.
Yeah.
That was good. Good setup.
Oh.
So yeah, we're gonna do Dumbo. What?
I'm listening.
Do you want to introduce the movie, Ben? No.
Yeah, this is kind of your territory, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. In a world unlike any other, there was an elephant.
Except unless it's another Tim Burton world, in which case it's like every single other Tim Burton.
Can you
okay.
Can you let me do this?
Okay. Sorry.
In a world unlike any other, lies an elephant with large ears. One day, this elephant proved to the whole world what he truly could be, thanks to a New York Brooklyn mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You're
That's a good synopsis.
That's like a 70s-year-old version.
Well then.
But
Yeah.
then,
He finds
We're not done.
then he signs a contract with Tim Burton, who goes all out and has no self-control, making another, one of those Tim Burton movies again.
One of those Tim Burtons.
Someone should have said, "Hey, Tim." No.
It's time to stop.
No more pale people.
The shtick has run out.
Yes.
Yes.
Though, was anybody really that pale in this movie?
No, there weren't.
No,
There
this
weren't.
movie was decidedly reserved for
It
him.
was like Big Fish. the
Yeah.
way that but it's still his. In a world of Tim Burton, where
It's so quirky.
everything is weird.
Because
The
why
dramatic
not?
pause.
Because I'm Tim Burton. And that's what I do.
So here's where I will. So everything is weird. I wish it was weirder. Actually,
this one-
given it was a movie about a circus and circus
Yeah, he
freaks,
could've
and
gone
there's
way
so
more.
much there. Like, we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
In a world where he made a movie called Dumbo that didn't have a script.
Yeah, it really did feel like that sometimes.
So
He
let's.
just went off. He just watched the cartoon for the beginning parts. Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah. So non-spoilery though, like the big differences between the two movies. What would you say is you replace the mice with
The big difference in the movie is
kids and the Colin Farrell family, and then you get
the big difference between the two movies is one is the classic underdog story that has a payoff, like Rudy, like Hoosiers, like that like
all culminates to that one moment.
absolutely that
Yeah.
one moment, that payoff.
Yeah.
You know that that he's special even though he's weird. You know,
I'm just gonna say spoilers now, actually.
Yeah. I
because
think the takeaway
I know
here-
where you're going, so I just want to say, like,
and this one was like, we'll tell that little tale with no payoff, and then have Tim Burton go all out.
You know what the big difference between this and the cartoon is? It has Transformers syndrome. It only cares about the people.
Yeah, and it has too much going on.
Yeah.
and Godzilla.
And those kids, they could not be less enthused to be there.
Oh my God, they were the worst part about it.
They weren't even bad. It just looked like you want to be there.
I didn't want.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to rail on it too much because they're kids, and I don't. Wanna,
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
get too far down. But
Why
They-
can't they take the actor's method?
they were the main characters, and they were really, really bad.
I think Christian Bale should have been the
were.
kids.
They were just.
They're like, where are the other Dumbos going?
And I mean,
Look at those ears.
Thandie Newton's daughter, and it looks like mini Thandie Newton.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
huh.
Thandie Newton.
Nepotism.
Thandie Newton sounds kind of like a cookie.
A quirky cookie.
Some Thandie
Yes.
Newton. Too much Thandie.
Tastes like candy.
That's a really good
So,
joke.
you know what my big takeaway from this movie? I will tell you what the biggest takeaway is.
What is it, Aaron?
I love Alan Arkin.
Yes.
That's about it.
I do too. I lit up when I saw Alan Arkin's in this movie. PB.
At the end, when he's talking to Danny DeVito, he's like, "Yeah, let's go get a sandwich or something."
Hey.
It's like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, why is that?
Because Michael Keaton had to get his comeuppance.
But what I still don't understand. What he was the banker that was trying to fund.
He was funding the circus
He
stuff.
was the financier,
Yeah, that's the better word.
the patron.
I thought he was into like space travel. I heard there was a line
No, he
about
was
space
saying,
travel.
He was
there.
bragging about how rich he is.
Okay.
He was saying,
Okay.
years from now, we're gonna go to the moon. Get all the nacho and blue cheese that we can eat.
We're gonna ride an elephant to do it.
That's right. Just put some oxygen mask on them. It'll be good.
Yeah.
What are you worried about?
You want to see a pink elephant?
Eva Green was. I thought. What did you guys think of her?
She was better than I thought she would be.
I thought she was fine. I thought the animation of her riding on the elephant though was really kind of bad.
It was humorous.
It's like
is she in Mission? Is she in 007? What is she in?
she's in Tim Burton's movies now. I think.
Wasn't she in that 300 sequel?
But was she in?
Yes.
Was she in like the first 007 movie with Daniel Craig? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't think she was.
What is she in?
A lot of stuff. It's hard to remember because usually she's not utilized well. I think
I'll look what you guys.
because I think she's good.
Yeah,
She's way better than Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena.
She was
of
good.
Bonham
She was good, but she's
She's good in places. She was just way overused.
She was a good Mrs. Lovett.
You know what I enjoyed her in? Okay,
did you enjoy
this
her?
is a little
Fight Club?
perspective. This is how bad it's getting. I enjoyed the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from Tim Burton more than this one. I
I actually think they're both on the same par.
I don't think one is super better than the other, but I had more fun with the other one because that other one felt like
Well, because the kid is a really good actor.
well,
He took the story.
he did a good job, but mostly
Charlie
there
Bucket.
there were characters in that movie.
Well, the thing here is, I thought I think there's two things happening. I loved the start of the movie.
Yeah,
I was
it
totally
wasted
on
no
board.
time.
It was like it was a fun little song. We're going to the circus. We're introducing all these different characters. all
Danny
the circus
DeVito.
Danny DeVito was really good. Then you get this World War I vet coming in, and that's kind of interesting.
By
And,
the way, he lost an arm.
They had some good setups.
and it set all this up, and then everything after that felt just so.
Slapped together.
Yeah, it was just like we're just gonna keep it moving.
It's like I want to make fun of Walt Disney. Bite the hand that feeds me.
Let's add in.
I'm
like,
glad you said that because I have some stuff for
Yeah.
that.
Okay, go ahead. Let's do that.
Oh, you want to do it now?
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
Hold on, Aaron. Let's unpack this.
Okay, you've got it, kid.
You pachyderm.
Hey, let's unpack it. a minute.
some are
Hey,
good,
let
some are
me-
bad. Whoa.
Anyway, now my main
Something wrong
complaint.
here.
Easy there,
Beetlejuice.
easy there, goof.
Alrighty.
My main problem with this movie is Keaton's bad guy. I love Michael Keaton, and it's great to see him with Tim Burton again.
It's by far the worst.
But his
part.
bad guy had no mustache to twirl. He may as well have had.
The whole sequence with Dreamland.
No,
all
everything
of it
he
didn't need to be in it.
There was no subtlety. There was no arc. You know he's bad the moment you meet him, and he does bad things because he's bad.
Is that Michael Keaton or the script or the director?
I think it's the script.
And I would say and director too.
Absolutely.
Tim Burton wasn't even on the scene, I bet. He was just collecting the check.
I think Tim Burton. Well, go on. And tell us your whole
Okay,
thing.
let me. Everything he did was stupidly bad, and it made his character look dumb.
Yeah, like I rolled my eyes when he's like, spoiler alert. Like he started like, he's going
Flipping all the switches
he's
and
gonna be
hitting them with
mad
his cane.
scientist. Look, there was no motivation for it.
Yeah, he had no reason to do
It's
it.
like, well, the script tells me to blow up my own.
I'm
park.
going to upset all of my performers by separating them all because I'm bad.
Did you read the fine?
So that works into my other thing, where it's at the end when the park is on fire and he's standing out there, and Danny DeVito and everybody's like, sucks to be you, bro.
Hellfire.
It's pretty stupid and ungratifying to see that happen because it's not that big of a payoff. It's just silly.
It's just like eye roll.
But
Oh.
if you look at it through a different lens, it's almost smart. What if? What if Danny DeVito
boy.
is Tim Burton and Michael Keaton was Disney?
Because he did.
Because Tim Burton used to have soul. Remember?
And also symbolism. And Tim Burton started out as a Disney animator, and back in the day
Yeah.
with him and and John Lasseter.
We rag on him, but I have great respect for Tim Burton. He knows what he's doing. I just think he's checked out.
I don't think he's checked out. I think he's hit or miss, and I think he's now like missing. Here's my thought. I told Matt about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think the death of Tim Burton mostly has come. One, he people don't challenge him enough.
Yeah.
Two, he's not getting good scripts.
Not at all.
And three, the birth of CGI has ruined this man.
Yes.
Because before he'd had to do like stop motion or some cool sets.
Get
or,
really creative.
Have to plan the shot.
absolutely, and it was more interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, just put a computerized elephant there. And,
Look, I'm not trying to sing his praises or anything. I
No.
just think he's talented, and a lot of what he does I like.
Yeah, and I think to your point where he's just,
Disney picked him up and ruined everything.
well, to your point where he's just, just shows up. That's my point with the CGI too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like, oh, I'll just
throw a CGI character.
So,
I think he should be. I think he'd be a better, art director now.
Oh, yeah.
just be an art director.
Your observation of the like, is this Tim Burton and Disney is amazing. I think that's.
I like the
could
movie a lot
totally be
more when
part
I
of-
came up with that.
That at least kind of explains why that.
Do I think it was
even
intended?
in it.
No.
Maybe not. But like, the thing about this movie is that if you watch the trailer, it's like heart wrenching. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
way there's so much sincerity and emotion in it.
Cut the movie.
And it's like then it's like, oh yeah, Tim Burton, and oh yeah, this is at the circus. So like, there's
Danny
the
Elfman.
pieces are all there. Everything is there
this,
for him.
Do you know what this reminds me of? And they showed it when we went to Flicks. A little clip of the Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Yeah.
Which you have a really interesting director, and there's interesting things in there with Sam Raimi. And Sam Raimi and Tim Burton, I think you could put them on the same park.
They're kind of like mirror image of each.
They are, but one's a little bit different.
Yeah, they're a little different.
But they both use Danny Elfman for the music, which is interesting.
I love them both at the end of the day.
It was the same thing, but actually, that movie was more entertaining still. But like, it's like when a certain director works with Disney, you know what I mean, and that was a Disney movie.
Their soul is sucked out.
It's like their soul sucked out, and it's just there's elements of them, but it's just not good.
So do you think when you say their soul was sucked out, do you think he was do you think Tim Burton was hamstrung
No, I think
to stick to Disney, or
I think
what do you think happened?
I think
I think he got lazy.
I think it's lazy, and I think with some of the people it's hamstrung. I think with Sam Raimi it's probably hamstrung.
I mean, Tim Burton and Sam Raimi are good enough to go off and do their own thing, but the Disney dole is probably pretty enticing.
Yeah, but I actually think Tim Burton is so hit or miss even without Disney. Like, he's made a lot of garbage. I'd
say it's like 60-40.
Well, let's see. Let's count his good ones.
Okay.
I'll pull up his IMDb. I'll pull up his IMDb.
You pull up his IMDb.
Pee-wee's
while
Big
I'm-
Adventure.
Just while you're looking it up,
yeah.
though.
That's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, like, that should be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean,
yeah.
We didn't even.
So here, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. So let's go from the beginning.
Let's wind the clocks back a year.
Let's unpack this. We're not counting Frankenweenie's short in 1984,
No.
which I actually liked.
It was all right.
It was all right. So his
Movie or the short?
No, it was a short.
The short. So Pee-wee's Big Adventure was his first big break. Excellent, beautiful, lovely.
It's in his tops.
Yes, it is. Beetlejuice, tops.
I don't
Great.
like it, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I love Beetlejuice.
Batman.
Very good.
Mwah. Edward Scissorhands. Yeah,
I can do without
it's
it,
not
but
bad.
it has its merits.
The price is the last.
The thing about movies like that, though, is the originality. Like for all its
Yeah, we
warts
hadn't
and faults,
seen it.
It's like you remember
Yeah.
that character and that setup, which is something.
Yeah.
That is half the battle.
And he was getting a little more freedom, but I think he was still early that he couldn't
Yeah,
fuck up.
yeah.
You know, Batman Returns, more freedom.
Not so good.
I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not
It
gonna go
wasn't
that far.
horrible.
It wasn't horrible, but it was. I haven't seen Edward Wood, but I heard it's amazing.
Ed Wood's amazing.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mars Attacks.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Sleepy Hollow.
Very
great.
good. Oh my
Great.
god.
I love that. It's one of his best
That's
ones.
pale-faced Johnny Depp at his best.
Planet of the Apes. There's some good elements.
Planet of the Apes was fun.
I'm honing.
Yeah.
I'm honing in on what I'm going to say about Dumbo in a second. Having heard all these,
So
keep going.
there's early stuff. Big Fish. That's pretty good. It's
Big
pretty good.
Fish was overly sappy, but
Yeah,
good.
but it was pretty good. Here's where it starts to hit the fall.
It's the two.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I'd give it a 5 out of 10.
I wouldn't even get it a 5.
Oh, come on.
Maybe a 4. That's 3.
It had some fun stuff. At least it was based on the book.
Corpse Bride wasn't that good, but people liked it.
Who, what?
Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride.
Oh no, it was stupid.
I don't know what this is, but I don't think it counts. It's probably a short. I'm like The Killers, Bones.
Don't know it.
Oh, it's probably like an episode of Bones. He did a TV thing. Sweeney Todd, I liked, but
I liked it.
But that was more.
I liked
that was more,
I didn't
That
like
was
it.
more Sondheim.
You have this.
You
good
have the source
Yeah.
material. Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my god, kill me now. And then the second one was even worse.
Oh, they were bad.
He didn't direct that
Quite
one.
bad. Quite bad.
Dark
he didn't.
Shadows. I never saw that, but it looked really bad.
Yeah, I've heard it was bad.
Frankie Winnie, I heard is bad.
I loved it. I love Frank and Weenie.
The Killers, Here With Me. I don't know what this is. That's probably a TV movie or something. Big Eyes, I heard is pretty good, though.
I didn't see it.
Miss Peregrine's Home
This
of
is Eva Green.
Peculiar Children. I did not want to see that.
Gosh, that sounds so
Sounds
quirky.
like
So you're probably right, 60-40.
Here's the
70-40,
thing.
Maybe more or higher.
Dumbo.
and
Why
then-
wasn't Dumbo creepier and like it being? So all of those things are like coming to. This is like Tim Burton. This isn't a Tim Burton movie. I'd
Not
almost
really.
start to argue it's not Tim Burton.
It was
at
only
all.
a Tim Burton movie when the pink elephants came
right.
in.
The thing
and
about
then
Tim,
Dreamland.
the best part,
Which is the worst part.
right? The best parts about those Tim, you went through the whole list. They're either creepy, really weird, like semi-horror movies that like you extract these bits that you love about in spite of those things.
Yeah.
You like audiences still can appreciate not just the movie and what he's trying to do, but the characters in it. You like it's an acceptance tolerance thing, which means like why Dumbo? Like I said, all the pieces were there. How do you miss on that? Why don't you embrace what your own film DNA? Like it's a perfect.
Suppose he wanted to.
It is a perfect match, and like he totally whiffed on it.
Maybe he loved the original Dumbo so much that he didn't want to change it.
But there's like
possible.
creepy, like oh gosh, this is awful.
But he's a
parts
freak.
in that.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
So it could have been a good marriage.
It could have been, and and he tried to put some of those things in with like
The
just
freaks.
cartoonishly making fun of him for not having one arm and like coming to accept. But I think one of the when we were talking about did he feel hamstrung by Disney? I would almost say that he felt hamstrung to make it a kids movie, like
Yeah.
so much of a kids.
That's
movie.
my thought.
Which
So-
because if you watch it, it is so.
So family friendly.
It is, yeah,
But
and we're moving. We're not going to stop here. We're not going to linger. Like you get it, kids, right?
But
Okay,
yeah,
let's keep
yeah.
going.
So I think there should be a new rating system. I think I've talked about this.
There shouldn't be a
before.
rating system at all.
Well, there has to. There has to be.
No, there doesn't.
But I think there should be. They should add a new one. They should keep general audience, and they should have either a K or a C for children or for kids, because the general movies are PG or general movies. They're not bad. Like most Disney movies are general audience, but they're not just made for kids. They're made for everybody. This is clearly made for kids, so this should get a K or a C rating because it's so bad. It's so bad. It's
Well,
so bad.
There's good kids stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's the.
But you can't-
That's the general audience stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
guess.
that's for everybody. It's
So
layered for
K is
everybody.
reserved for crap.
Yeah.
It stands for crap.
Yeah.
Oh God, we got the C.
We got the K. Oh God! oh! hey, show a shirtless man.
Oh my god.
I was going to say something worse.
You know what? I'm just tired of Tim Burton.
Say the F word.
Can we get at some original Tim Burton stuff? I don't want any more adaptations.
Yeah, you're
I mean, what's
Totally.
You know,
what
his-
is next? The Tim Burton Schindler's List?
The only good adaptation that he ever did was, other than Sweeney Todd, which is not really an adaptation.
Tim Burton's Schindler's List.
is
Johnny Depp
Sleepy-
plays the list.
But Sleepy Hollow, because he was married. There's certain ones he's really married for. Sleepy Hollow was a good one.
It's like Johnny Depp's face on a piece of paper.
Sleepy Hollow was so good, man.
Sleepy Hollow was
That's
really
an amazing
good.
movie. I love that movie.
Helena Bonham Carter plays the pen.
And you, the Hessian.
Yeah, it's the pen that wrote the list.
Mrs. Lovett.
Eva Green is what? Oh God, what's his name? Eva Green is Liam Neeson. Okay, I'm done now.
There were a couple. So Michael Buffer, that was one thing.
That was
I'll
funny.
give him credit for. That was a funny idea.
Yes.
It was stupid.
I agree.
It was funny, but was it out of place? I couldn't tell. I could go either way.
No, the whole movie was out of place.
You gotta.
yeah, you're probably right.
Gosh, there were so many like, and part of this, I wonder. I am gonna actually speculate if the kid actors were better. There were. So the dialogue was very ham-fisted, but maybe if it was delivered better, it would have landed. Like these lines of like, you got to learn to go it alone.
So
like.
so
if maybe any other person was saying that, it would be better.
I have a thought about that.
Okay.
So obviously the future, like, so Dumbo was easy to work with. Like if they had a real elephant, it'd be difficult, it'd be hard maybe to deal with, and try to do it real and put CGI ears on. So make it all CG. And so it's easier to work with animals, and you make them all CG now. Because you can really control what they want to do. I think the future of filmmaking is they're going to make kids CG because you never want to work with kids and animals.
W.C. Fields had it right.
He's right. So like that's probably why they're prepping all these CG stuff, not to replace actors, just to replace the kid actors.
That's what the
This is the dry
Blade
run.
Runner,
That's
all
true.
yeah.
And you know what was up with that?
All started with Tarkin.
Yeah.
Did anybody else think it was weird that at the very end they kind of shoehorned in we don't think any animal should be in cages? Ooh,
God,
like it had to be in there, I guess.
That was always going to be the end point for this one.
But
like
they didn't
in
set it up.
2019.
They barely set it up.
It didn't make sense.
I thought he was going to end up staying with the circus, but there's no way they could have ended on that this year.
Oh no.
You know what's stupid? Is
Everything.
a realistic flying elephant flapping its ears.
It's the whole
It just
movie.
worked better as animation, hand drawn, as a
true.
cartoon. It looks so silly.
I didn't mind him flying.
had no
on it.
weight.
I didn't mind him flying on his own.
the
I didn't mind it.
aerodynamics doesn't work.
I didn't.
What
mind
is he, a bumblebee? Oh, bumblebee.
I didn't mind it at all.
Fused
I
a
liked
cube
when
in
he
my
was.
chest,
I liked when
Bumblebee.
he was flying. I forgot that it. So the stupid part is, the really stupid part is that they relied even more so on the fact that he needed a feather, and I thought that was kind of dumb.
I don't know.
I would have cut that part.
Of all things, that one was like, oh, whatever.
Because the payoff at the end, oh, you don't need the feather, Dumbo.
I think the worst part about it, Matt,
Yeah.
that Columbo wasn't in it. No,
Yeah.
I think the worst part about it that there was no Brooklyn Mouse.
That's actually kind of
I really
a
do
good point.
think because what's his name? What's the mouse's name? I don't even know his.
I don't remember.
Brooklyn Mouse.
Yeah, he sounded like
His name is Brooks.
He sounded like Mo from the Three Stooges. Certainly.
That's not what Mo
And we didn't have any
sounded like.
racist crows in it. I wanted to see some stereotypical.
Yeah, where's
racist
the
crows.
casual family racism?
It's
Where
actually,
is it?
It's actually like reverse racist crows now. They're like,
What, like the Dave Chappelle white guy voice?
or like the people from Get Out that like are. So, I promise I'm not racist. I'm so not racist.
But I'm racist.
Yeah. It goes entirely. the
Also,
other
I'm
way.
a crow.
Jeez.
I be done seen.
Do you guys have any other things before we get to our ratings? We can do some final thoughts during that too, if you want.
I wanted to like it, okay?
We did too. We came in like Matt goes. I'm gonna cry.
I said on.
I wanted to cry
I don't know
too.
if I put it in our draft thing, but I said this is one of the like 3 movies this year that could become one of my favorites.
Who picked this movie?
Not me.
Colin. It's on Colin's list.
Oh, yeah, we didn't show the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Opening score, 177.
That is
Oh.
really bad.
Whoa, Bobo.
I mean, for the audience score is higher.
Because audience is stupid.
No,
Always count on the credits.
Hold on. We always side with the audience when the critic score is high.
No.
Yeah, we do.
I know. I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
You
Point
don't know
is,
how to play
it's
along.
not doing terribly. That's 46 million. That's not bad.
That's pretty bad.
What?
That's pretty bad.
$46 million.
I don't know what its opening budget or what its budget was, but I don't. Well,
It was
here's
probably in the
thing.
hundreds.
So the 46 million is actually domestic. It is making a ton.
Yeah, it's doing
international,
fine.
So
Is it a great movie? No, but it's doing all right.
yeah. Well,
I can't believe I'm coming to the defense of Dumbo.
Yeah, let's get to our ratings so we can bring this back to reality. Ben, why don't you go first?
Yeah, please.
What would you give this out of 10 and why?
Well, I thought about it. I'm going to give it a 2.
A 2.
You know why?
Harsh. Please tell me.
Because it was dumb, bros.
Somebody had to do it.
I know.
We should have ended on you. Oh, what
I wish I could have done a zoom on you. for that
No,
one.
it's because I don't have high expectations for Dumbos, but like, it's clearly one of those Tim Burton movies where he just doesn't, like you said, doesn't care. We don't care about any of the characters. He stuffed
Not
too
at
much
all.
in. So
Colin
just-
Farrell was putting me to sleep.
the second act when they go to Dreamland was like, it was like I want to make a experimental Tim Burton movie when it came to Dreamland. And did you not think the set of Dreamland looked like Batman Returns, the zoo in Batman Returns?
It was it was a nice attempt
it's
at like
exactly
the
Batman Returns.
It was a nice attempt at like the World War I or II like futurism sort of thing.
That big tower with the spikes sticking out of it looked like the tower from Nightmare Before Christmas of the Bad Doctor.
Totally.
Like everything was like
it was all just like tossed away ideas.
You know why we can't count Nightmare Before Christmas as one of his best movies? Because he didn't direct it.
No, he didn't.
It's his creation. Yeah. He should have a creation that someone else directs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's end on Aaron for a change. Just be different.
All right.
I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. I actually think if you're a kid, this is probably a perfectly awesome movie.
If you're lacking in brain cells.
I watch Last Starfighter over this.
Me too.
But the thing is that we've talked a lot about all of the different misses in terms of what they could have done, especially if it was a more adult-generated movie. I think a lot of it was tension over like having a heart. Actually, it kept going into like caper for a few minutes, or is he gonna fall or whatever? Balanced. Like it just didn't really hit on any of the emotional impact of the original, and I think that's actually the biggest part of it. The disappointment is that if this was the first time we ever saw a Dumbo movie, maybe I think it was a little bit better. But it actually has a legacy, and to see what they did with it. And not adapting like it, I don't know. It just the perfect word for it is disappointment. I think is like the expectations and the things were there to do something great, and they just totally dropped the ball.
Yeah, and like they didn't like they had all these characters.
I guess not totally.
But they had all these other like circus freaks that they gloss over that we don't really care about.
Yeah, that
we should care about.
Yeah, and. They didn't need Dreamland. They could have made the whole movie with that same set of characters. Yeah, instead, they became like props for a heist at the end.
We talked about it, Matt, that they should have had the circus freaks. Like they should have thrown Dumbo in the circus.
Should have been freaks. The movie Freaks, but with Dumbo.
With Dumbo, but Dumbo represents the freaks, and so like
yeah.
So like so like we should have like a parallel between them.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And so we can care about how like. They like even the dynamics within the circus. They should have made this Danny DeVito like not a bad but an indifferent. He has to change.
Yeah, and he could have represented the time a little bit better. Yeah. Again, the World War I stuff is completely thrown. Like who cares?
Remember this thing?
Yeah,
framing.
So yeah, I give it a 3. Aaron, what about you?
I cannot believe I'm going to be giving this movie the highest score out of all 3 of us.
Wow, what are you giving it?
Well. I'm floating between a 4 and a 5. Like, it's, as you know on my scale, 5 means, is it worth seeing? I guess. And I don't think this movie's terrible. It's just a lot of missed opportunities, you know?
That's exactly
Maybe
what
being
I
too
thought.
hard on it.
Like, no, you have every right to be upset because we're all classic Disney fans
but I think
here.
I think I had the same. This is same assessment. Missed opportunities. Good ideas is no.
It's a competent movie. There's the cute elephant and all that good stuff, but Michael Keaton is absolutely misused and
wasted.
It doesn't add anything of real substance.
Yeah,
and. That doesn't mean that it's a bad movie.
For me,
it's a lazy movie.
If we're gonna go, like, I think a good clarifier for me at least is, in 3 years, somebody is gonna say like, oh, Disney movies. This falls in the heap of the other
Beauty and the Beast
failed live action Disney ones that are like, nope, it did not do anything different. It did not live up. It did not.
I'm holding out for a leg.
Would you say that people in 3 years would say this movie is irrelevant?
That's our show. All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and
yes. Good.
Once again.
Let's go. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my vote at 5 to be controversial.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Good. That'll go on the scorecard, which we'll post.
2
later.
plus 3 is 5.
Help me out here. I'm not a math guy.
Show me potato salad.
I need to get a scorecard thing for you to point at.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. So next week, I think we're gonna do Shazam, right?
Yep.
Shazam
in our immediate. So next Thursday, tune in. Thanks.
All right.
Shazam!